Myanmar's military rulers hold a minute of silence for the victims of last week's powerful magnitude 7.7 earthquake, as hopes of finding survivors fades. 5 days on from the disaster, the death toll continues to rise. Rescue workers continue to search through the rubble for any signs of life. In the worst hit areas of Myanmar's second largest city, Mandalay, entire communities have been flattened, and there is significant damage to roads, bridges and other infrastructure. Against the odds, a miraculous rescue. A 63-year-old woman pulled alive from a partially collapsed building in Naypyidaw, 91 hours after the earthquake struck. Beyond the immediate impacts, the United Nations says the earthquake has compounded an already dire crisis in Myanmar, which is in the midst of a 4-year civil war. Reports suggest the country's military leaders are still carrying out airstrikes against pro-democracy rebel groups and blocking aid deliveries. With hospitals overwhelmed with the injured, multiple aid agencies are seriously concerned about the lack of access to essentials.
The immediate needs of the affected communities, as in any, I would say, earthquake, are becoming increasingly urgent. You have shelter, the foods, the clean water, essential household items are all in a short supply. Some people in the affected areas spent the night in the open, and some of us as well, together with the humanitarian actors, because you have no electricity, you have no running water.
Strong aftershocks are making the situation worse. Humanitarian agencies are urgently pressing for more aid funding.
Now, very quickly, we need to upscale. So we can only do that with funding. And ideally, we get funding for our previous operations and this additional requirement. Without that, we will struggle.
In neighbouring Thailand, also impacted by the quake, the death toll has risen to 21 people. Workers are still looking for survivors in the rubble of a collapsed building that was under construction, where 70 people are believed to be trapped.
ตอนนี้ยังไม่มีสัญญาณชีพนะครับที่พบนี่ก็มีร่างอยู่ผมว่าน่าจะ12ร่างที่อยู่ด้านในนะแต่ยังไม่ได้ออกมาเพราะว่าการเอาร่างออกมายังถือว่าไม่ใช่เรื่องสำคัญที่สุดตอนนี้นะแต่อันไหนที่พอออกมาได้เราก็เอาออกมาอย่างร่างเมื่อกี้นะครับที่เสียชีวิตก็ออกมาก่อนแต่ว่าถ้าอันไหนที่ลึกแล้วมีสิ่งทับอยู่เนี่ยเราก็ถือว่าขอหาผู้รอดชีวิตก่อน
The city has ended its disaster zone declaration, unlike Myanmar, where it's clear the impacts of the quake will be long-lasting. James Lin and Rosie Grenenger for TaiwanPlus.